Satnam, do you feel this cosmic energy? It's almost like we're getting a little bit of a spiritual spanking from Saturn. So this week feels really intense. It might feel really constricted, and the reason is simple. Saturn is in the most critical degree of Pisces. It has moved into Aries a couple times last year, but this is going to be its final move. It's going to stay in Aries. We have that coupled with Neptune's already moved into Aries. So Pisces and Neptune, the planet, can be delusional and very spiritual. It can be divine and it can be totally lost. And it has been asking us to double down on our spiritual practices, our spiritual gnosis, and our spiritual maturity. So now, and Saturn was there. Saturn was in Pisces the last 3 years. Neptune has been in Pisces since 2012. So when Saturn moved in here, it was more about, okay, you have been doing lots of different spiritual practices. You may have gotten lots of into plant medicine, lots of things that were beyond you instead of doing a direct connection. This is about Divine Mother slapping us down and saying, look, you are the divine and you are fully human, and it is time you take responsibility for that and get the gifts I intend to give you this lifetime. So the other big deal is Saturn at 0 degrees and Neptune at 0 degrees Aries has never happened since 4,322, I think. So about 6,000 years ago was the only time this conjunction has happened. Now, Aries is about action. So if you think about it, remember 2012, everyone's like, kumbaya, the Mayans, and the end of a cycle, and not much happened. It felt like not much happened. However, it was the beginning of lots of different spiritual paths coming together and asking us to find what is the truth of all this. The biggest thing as this is happening, so we start this journey and we also have Pluto in Aquarius. So this is a sextile to the God planet, to the discipline planet, coming up with a whole new way for us to think about God, to resonate our own divinity. This is really a time to take love where it has never gone before. And here's the thing. Saturn wants action, right? Neptune wants action because they're in Aries. So all that kumbaya and plant medicine and this and that, it's like, Saturn's like, okay, I need some banks for this flow of God, and I need it to make sense, and I need it to deliver. I need my actions to deliver. If I'm all about peace and love, am I speaking that? Am I acting that? Am I dreaming that? So one of the things that's been really clear, and I'll share this, because sometimes when you're an astrologer, you kind of get the wave of energy. It's like Divine Mom's like, let's put her in the wave so she kind of knows what's happening so she can help you deliver it. So Divine Mom's really shown me that one of the biggest things here is about the gnosis of knowing what it takes for you to not only feel God, but have a resonance that is keeping you on a steady elevation in your own spiritual strength, so that you are the healer, that you are the teacher, that you are the love beacon vortex. So everybody's particular brand is going to be a little bit different. So here's what I'm trying to say. And with that Aquarius Pluto, it's like, oh, we need a whole new way about this. So for me, one of the things that has happened during that travel is I started Kundalini. I went back to the Catholic Church. I went back to sobriety. I started really getting into Mother Mary and the Essenes and Yeshua. So I have this little braid of spiritual technology that is the perfect blend for me. So there isn't any blend on who God is to me, but there is a blend in the disciplines it requires for Marcia to actually be able to hold that kind of voltage. That's where Kundalini comes in for me. That's where also the technology of humility, the Catholics do it through the liturgy of humility, and our nightly examine. AA, we do it through knowing that God is the doer and I'm just the vessel, and also that 4-step, 10-step every night. So those things really help me right-size me and my responsibility so I can enjoy letting divine flow through me. Also, the biggest lesson too with all of this for me, and I want to share this, is it replacing but and or with and. Kundalini Yoga is an amazing practice, but Yogi Bhajan kind of made some mistakes. No, and he did that. Catholic Church has this beauty and this ritual, and it's sort of goddessy witchy for me. And they killed lots of people. And they have recognized and apologized for that. When you're 2,000 years old, you're going to do a lot of weird stuff, right? So the and lets me keep the best parts. We are like panning for gold. That's what we're doing. And by doing this, what it does is it brings lots of spiritual practices, peoples, and religions together. There is no reason why we can't learn from each other, love on each other, and by doing that, everything gets taken higher. But the biggest thing, right now we kind of are in this place with Saturn where it is kind of a review of what didn't work or where you need to upgrade. And it's going to push into this action that has to be made. On the 20th, it's going to conjunct with Neptune. I'm going to do this amazing vortex sound healing. One of the things that Saturn has really told me is it's not about these big groups. It's not like the Catholic Church and all of it. Nope. It's in small groups. That's why Jesus was known to have the 12. Buddha had his inner circle. This is how we're going to wake up the world. It is in small groups of heart coherence. Small groups of heart coherence that is bringing about waves of enlightenment, right? And enlightenment is simply seeing the world for the beauty that it is. It's just like the Buddha said. Before enlightenment, carried wood, chopped water. I'm sorry, carried water, chopped wood. After enlightenment, carried water, chopped wood. There's really nothing different except for you enjoy it. And you kind of grow into that. That has been the biggest aha for me in this last 6 months is like enlightenment is joy. You are able to look at things and still feel joy. You're able to give to those places where there is, mental destruction, and clearly your assistance is needed without depletion. You are able to enjoy this. One of the things Yeshua always says to me, he's like, they play me really sorrowful, but remember there's the joyous and the glorious and the luminous mysteries too. I am not just sorrowful. That was a chapter of my entire lesson, but it isn't the most of who I am, right? So if you are finding some challenges with finding your joy, come see me online, do some Kundalini. We're about to do a training, and the whole premise of our Kundalini teacher training is activating your own gnosis so you can be a unique beacon of love and share it with the world. So enjoy this in-between time. Even if it feels a little dark and sticky, just know that you're about to be going into a whole new world with Saturn and Neptune in Aries. It's going to be fiery, and it's not going to move super fast because Saturn's there. Saturn is going to slow down that Aries energy so that the actions you take, the decisions you make, are the most productive for your divinity and your awakening. I love you. Sat Nam.